So the boys have been wanting to make some extra money this summer. They have all sorts of things they want to buy, and they want to buy some parts for all their projects in the back here. So we went and picked up a project quad, and the boys are going to fix it up themselves, and they're going to try and sell it and make some money. So here's what we picked up. 2005 Polaris Sportsman 500 4x4. We picked it up for how much?
$2,600.
$2,600. And it needs 2 rear axles. The electric start doesn't work. Front wheel bearings. An oil change, and just check it over. But the lucky part is the guy gave us 2 new rear axles with it and a whole box of bushings and parts. It's got an HMF pipe on it. Show them what the starter does. So the electric start doesn't work. So it half engaged. So it's not throwing it out all the way or something. So Kieran's working on getting to the starter so we can see what's going on. What you need to do here is take these 2 bolts out. Actually, I think we're gonna have to take this whole cover off, and the starter can stay right there. So let's take this footwell off, and then we can get to all these bolts and pull the recoil off. Okay, so you got the footwell off. Now you're gonna pull the recoil off here and see what's going on. There we go.
Is that bolt just for decoration practically?
That bolt, yep, just for decoration. This contraption right here is going to be your problem. It's not.
Does that piece just straight up come out?
Mm-hmm.
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, it is. The starter spins this, and this is supposed to throw this gear out. See this gear here? This motor back here is your starter. It spins this gear, and when this gear spins with centrifugal force, it's supposed to throw this out and then hit this gear. But it's not throwing it out far enough.
So how do we need a new one of these then?
Yep. Here, I'll hold this in. Just tap the starter a little bit.
Just like turn it a teeny tiny bit?
Yep.
Again?
Try again. Okay, watch how much this starter gear jumps when you hit the starter. Okay, hit it. Hit it again. So when this is sitting in here and you hit that starter, this gear jumps back so far that it actually is just slipping on here. So this piece is fine. We need a bearing in the starter or a new whole starter assembly. So let's pull the starter out now and we'll see if we can get it rebuilt or a new one. Okay, now we got the starter out. And that is our culprit. Try spinning it.
Nope. Does not even want to spin. Oh,
So that starter was well on its way out.
And
Look at how chewed up these teeth are. There. That's a little bit of a pain to get down in there and get your bolts out, but we did it, right?
Yep. Trying to put a starter in there. Got all the parts?
Yep, parts are here.
I really don't like this bottom bolt. This is a workout.
Just make sure that goes on nice and straight. Everything lines up.
Should we silicone it?
Nope, there's no oil or nothing in there. See what else this thing's all gonna need.
Tight, not too tight.
Moment of truth.
Turns on.
See if it cranks with the starter.
It makes a noise.
There we go.
That just means something different.
Pull the choke out. Let's fire this thing up with the starter. There we go. One thing off the checklist. Okay, can you lift this up? Grab it with 2 hands and pull out. Okay, look at that. I won the battle. Look at how rusty and crappy that is. I ended up just shoving a fork down in behind here and beating on the top with a hammer, and that was enough to pop it out. And now it's out there because I was mad at it, so I sent it for a ride. So this axle's out, and now I can take the other side apart and just with a pipe punch the other side out. That side will be easy now. We're gonna put all new bushings in, everywheres, and this back end's gonna be all fixed up pretty soon. There we go.
Good job, buddy.
Okay, now the impact should do it. Okay, we're back at it again. We're going to try and put this thing back together. We got new rear wheel bearings, 2 new rear axles, a whole box of all new bushings for all the back suspension pieces. And we're going to throw this thing back together and then change the oil yet. And I think this thing's ready to go for sale. There we go. Nice and tight now. Just right in here, and it's nice and tight. Activate super strength. Okay, I think we're done. Let's fire this thing up, go for a little rip. Well, overall, I'm pretty happy with how the Polaris turned out, but yesterday driving it around, the front end feels a little funny, so if I'm going to sell it, we're going to take a look at that right away. Watch this. See how the tires are, they both look pretty straight right now. Watch as I jack it up. Watch the left side tire. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but now that tire is pointing that way. This one's still straight. That's why it was driving kind of cargo box here. Undo that, and you can drop this whole thing and press out these bearings. Let's get this out of here. There we go. There, new bearings in. FYI, I don't recommend hammering in your new bearings like that. I just didn't want to go drive to work and use the press. Pressing them in is way better than beating on them. But we got the job done. There, that didn't take long at all. Let's quickly knock out the other side and then do an alignment on this thing. I don't know if you can tell now. You can see this wheel is turned quite a bit and that one is just barely. That's why this thing was all over the place. So I'm gonna do this wheel bearing yet, and then we'll do an alignment, and I think this thing is gonna be dialed in. There, looks a little bit better. That's just an eyeball alignment. Definitely looks better. Let's see if it dries better.